had a difficult upbringing and found myself in a bit of trouble in my early 20s, and once I kind of got through that, I decided that I didn't want to waste any more time in my life, and so I went to study photography at TAFE for a couple of years and finished that. And as soon as I finished that, I started to take photos and to try and find work, which I did, and show my photos to different people. And that was about 7 or 8 years ago now. And now I am, I suppose, quite established as an artist and a photographer, and I'm studying at university now, doing my degree in fine arts, which I love doing. And it's really, I have to say that the education, going to TAFE and doing my degree, is what's opened up opportunities for me. People really take notice of a person who commits themselves to something like that, and now I find myself in a position where I can do the things that I love, such as make art and take photos, work in amazing places in Victoria like the Koori Heritage Trust, which I love doing, and help the community as much as I can too. Community work is a big part of what I do. I've heard about GenerationOne. I saw the launch of it the other week in Sydney, and I know that GenerationOne is an initiative that's been started to close the gap, I think, between Indigenous and non-Indigenous people, and it's been spearheaded by a few kind of key people that have decided that it's time to make a difference, and possibly a little bit sick of how the government's intervened and how that hasn't really been working. I think the biggest piece of advice that I would give to young kids who are struggling with life is to try and find what it is they need to start to accept themselves and to love themselves, because that's where I think it all starts. And if you can make efforts to understand your own self-worth, which we all have 100% self-worth. Sometimes it's just difficult to see that. If you can start from there and learn how to love yourself, then everything else will fall into place. I think as a young person, if you're committing yourself to be the best that you can be, then you should never ever listen to anything that anybody else says. Don't believe the hype. I feel so lucky and so blessed to have Aboriginal heritage. My people are Wathaurong, and they're from Victoria, and they walked this land long before anybody else here did. And for me, that gives me a sense of connection that I think white Australia is unfortunate not to have. And from that basis, I would say that when you go out into the world, you just need to feel good and proud and strong in yourself and in your skin, and know that you have 100% worth and so much to offer. And my mum always used to say, there's always somebody out in the world looking for exactly what you've got. And that applies to everyone. And I think that's what GenerationOne is all about, just embracing who you are, being comfortable and proud in your own skin and where you come from, and getting out in the world and doing whatever it is you need to do to feel good and successful within yourself.